This video was recorded with the AVerMedia Live Gamer Portable. Skip it up and da
There's wood grain. What's going on, everybody? Rich at Review Tech USA, and I have a product to review, an actual review, not an unboxing. So Larry Bundy Jr., sleep easy, buddy. Don't worry, no unboxings are coming from me, but I will show you a box for a second of the product that I'm reviewing. This is the AVerMedia Live Gamer Portable, and I got to give a shout out to AVerMedia for sending me a review unit to review for, well, you. Here's the box. It's sexy. It has my logo on here, or at least Review Tech USA. It's not my logo. And it's a box. I already have everything out of the box. I am going to show you what it comes with because there is a bunch of cool accessories that are, well, they're not accessories. They're needed. They're required. But I will show you the accessories first and show you the unit itself. The first thing that it comes with is this very short HDMI cable. It is completely useless. It's too short. Good quality. But AVerMedia, I strongly suggest if you're going to include a whole bunch of cool stuff, you make the cable a little longer because this is kind of useless. You don't want your unit to be hanging. Like, if you plug this in, you have to hang it from back to TV. This is going to be like dangling like this, and it's going to cause stress on the HDMI ports. Not a good idea. Okay. Just my take on it. You have a longer cord. This actually does live streaming too. This comes with XSplit, gives you a gift card. You get like 3 months free. You could do some live streaming. I'm not a big live streaming guy, but hey, if you want to do it, they give you the option. So here you go. What else does it come with here? This is really cool. So if you have some retro consoles with component output, they give you this option too as well. They give you a component input. You plug this into the proprietary port on the AVerMedia, which is right here. Yes, it's kind of a downside. It's proprietary, but hey, you know, to fit all this into something that's the size of my cell phone, they had to cut corners somewhere. But plug it into here. So if you have like a GameCube with component, yes, it will record standard definition. I tried it. You could record retro consoles as well with this component cable they give you that's proprietary. Don't lose it. You lose it, you're screwed. All right. You can also, which is cool, well, actually I'll show you in a second, but this is a 1/8 inch, I should say, headphone jack. So if you can run a record right from the output of your computer. If you have a mixer with a headphone output because you want to do a commentary, you use this cable because this has audio. The Live Gamer Portable has audio input and output on it, which is for such a small card, and it's not super expensive. It's $199.99 US, which isn't cheap, but I remember getting the original Hall plug for like $250, which only had component input and output. You know, you're getting a lot. So if you want to record live commentaries with this, you can do that as well because it gives you the option. And this cable, it comes with a USB cable, of course. It's mini USB, not micro, which I like because it's a little bit hardier, heftier. Micro USB, I always feel like I know many people, I should say, that have broken micro USB because it's delicate as a flower, whereas mini USB, although it's still small and somewhat frail, has a little more heft to it, so I'm glad they went mini instead of micro. It's a fairly long cable too, it's about 3 feet, so there you go. This is probably my favorite cable. So as you know, the PlayStation 3, you cannot record HDMI directly. There's workarounds with it, but it has the HDCP copy protection, so if you try to record via HDMI directly, it just won't let you do it with any device. They made a proprietary cable that goes from the component output or the regular analog video output. AVerMedia made it, I should say. You plug this into the PS3, and this is all you have to plug into. I'll show you now. This is all you have to plug into. Let's see if I can do it without spazzing out here and without breaking my unit. There you go. That's it. That's one thing I could say about the Hauppauge. They give you the component cables kind of like this, and when you can plug, especially with this thing, it's so small I didn't have to use it yet though. When you plug all those component cables into the back, it puts a lot of leverage on the Hauppauge's proprietary. It also has a proprietary port for component, and it's eventually going to wear it out and break. And plus you have it looks like there's a Loch Ness monster on the back of the Hauppauge, and on this too. but this just kind of makes it nice and clean. Plug this into the PS3, plug this into here, and the video quality is excellent too. A lot of times with third-party component cables with either the Xbox 360 or PS3, you would get ghosting, or even if you looked at it in 1080p, you would everything would look kind of soft. This, honestly, if I didn't know any better, the video quality of this cable is so clear going into this, and it outputs actually HDMI, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you plug in component with the PS3, it's going to output to HDMI to your TV, so you'll have lag-free recording, so you can play the game and you don't have to worry about lag. But the video quality is really clear. Like, you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. You wouldn't know it was going component. It looks like HDMI. So awesome job with that, AVerMedia. That was a brilliant move, making that cable. Now let's take a look at the unit itself. Now, before I give you a little tour around of it, this is my cell phone. It's an HTC Evo V. Look how small this thing is. Look how small the AVerMedia, the Live Gamer Portable is. It's like a millimeter thicker than my phone. Now, granted, my phone has a case on it, but it doesn't add that much to it. Look how small this thing is. Compare it height-wise. They're almost the exact same height. This on top of it too. This is one thing I haven't tried an Elgato yet. I'm hoping to get my hands on one to do a review of. But the nice thing about this actually has the encoding hardware built inside of it. So this is not going to you can record PC gameplay footage with this because of the fact that no strain or stresses on your computer. Actually, even though the Hauppauge also has built-in encoding hardware, it doesn't rely on your CPU or your actual computer to do the video processing. This actually seemed to stress out my PC less when I was recording gameplay footage. For some reason, the Hauppauge has issues with Metro Last Light when I'm trying to record it. This didn't. So that's a huge plus over the Elgato. Even though the Elgato is small and almost the same size as this is actually a true capture device, meaning that it actually does the encoding and recording inside. It doesn't depend on your computer for nothing more than just storing the data on the hard drive as it's recording. So that's really cool. But anyway, all right, let's take a look at the front here. This symbol here, that's PC, and this also has a very cool feature, but we'll talk about the downsides of it later towards the end of the review. You could record to your PC, or you could do PC free recording with the SD card. It doesn't come with one, by the way. This is one I purchased. It does up to 32 gigabytes SDHC. You pop the card in here, not backwards. Which way is not backwards here? There you go. And you switch it over here, and it could actually be powered off the USB port of whatever console you're using, or even the PC. Say you're in a place you just don't feel like setting up the AVerMedia software, which you have to download from their website. It doesn't include a disc, by the way. You could just put it over to the SD card symbol, click record. Make sure, obviously, your card is formatted to FAT32. Click record, and you're recording. It only does 720p. Does not do 1080p, and the settings are fixed, so you can't alter the settings, but video quality is pretty clear. But there's a catch to it that we'll talk about later, and I'll bring up all the downsides to this towards the end of the review, and there is a few. That is your mini USB port right there, and there's a symbol for the computer. You have your regular analog audio in and out right here, which I said is pretty sweet for they fit so much into this thing. You have your HDMI in and out. Now, one thing I want to bring up with this, and it's pretty much the same with all capture cards, okay, is that to have no lag so you could actually play the games, you have to use the pass-through. You cannot rely on USB. If you're trying to look at a USB preview screen, if you're trying to do live streaming and looking at through the preview screen on USB, you're going to get like 2 or 3 seconds lag. It's going to be virtually unplayable, if not unplayable. You have to use the HDMI ports to do to the HDMI pass-through to actually play the games through. You cannot play through USB. This is the proprietary connector for the PS3, like I showed before. And this button on top is the record button. And the nice thing, now I'm not going to talk too much about the software in this review. I'll probably make another video over the weekend doing like a software tutorial of the AVerMedia, because I want to talk about the actual hardware and how the video quality is and how the PC free recording works. But the one thing I will talk about is, again, comparing it to the Hauppauge, but there is benefits to the Hauppauge I'll talk about later. I'm not just shitting all over the Hauppauge HTP VR2. This is much more, the software and recording from the PC is much more stable and much more responsive with the AVerMedia. I mean, you click the button once, starts the software, click the button again, it instantly starts recording. There, you know, when you record with the Hauppauge HD PVR, it kind of takes a second to start up. You'll get like the game will start jittering for a second. Sometimes it'll actually minimize the game, and then you have to open the game back up, and then, you know, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having like a hot button right here where you just hit it and record. Whereas this, it's just seamless. You hit record, it starts pulsating red, fading in and out, and you're recording. It's that simple. So that's the device, and that is what it comes with. What I'm going to do now is record 3 games. It's going to be, you're going to see 6 different snips of video. It's going to be the same 3 games though. I'm going to record them either all from PC, or maybe I'll throw in a console game. Maybe I'll throw in like one PS3 game as an extra game so you can see how it records with that cable. But the 3 games, you're going to see 3 of the same games recorded in 1080p, because it records at 1080p 30 frames per second. And you're going to see those same 3 games, no matter where they're coming from. You're going to see them recorded with the SD card, with PC free recording, where it's going to be recorded at 720p. So you could see how useful the recording without the PC is with the SD card. So anyway, I'm going to go set this thing up on my computer, record some video, and you could see what this is capable of.
Now, the first 3 clips you're going to see is me using the LiveGamer Portable and recording to the PC, not the SD card. The video format I used is MP4. The resolution is set to 1920 by 1080 or 1080p. The video rate is the standard video rate it automatically sets at, which is 12,000 kbps. And I upped the audio bitrate to 192 kbps because it sets it to 128. And it sounds kind of compressed when you do that. So if you do buy the LiveGamer Portable, make sure you set the audio to 192 kbps. At 1080p, it only records at 30 frames per second. The LiveGamer Portable uses USB 2.0, not 3.0, which I'm kind of surprised, because I'm sure the 30 frames per second 1080p bottleneck is due to using USB 2.0. Just can't handle that much data. But anyway, here is the first 3 clips. I used the PC and I recorded this via HDMI. Now you can take a look at it. Enjoy.
Show them what we got planned, boys! Stop him! Stop him! All shepherds come to lead our lamb astray! Move it!
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh, yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
Hey, we have one behind us! Stay on it! Covering fire!
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gunman in Lincoln County.
Alright, so now for the next 3 snippets of gameplay footage, we are going to be using the Live Gamer Portable's PC free mode, which means I'm recording right to the SD card. The limitations of this mode is that you can only record in 720p. That's the top resolution. You cannot go to 1080p using the SD card. However, a lot of major review sites and independent reviewers are making a mistake with this, saying that you can only record with the Live Gamer Portable and PC free mode at 720p 30 frames per second. Actually, yes, the 720p part's true. You cannot record to the SD card in 1080p with the Live Gamer Portable, but at least my unit records at 720p 60 frames per second. So I don't know if there's a firmware upgrade or a hardware upgrade that some other Live Gamer Portable units only do 30 frames per second, but mine, at least my Live Gamer Portable, when you record in PC free mode, records at 720p 60 frames per second, excuse me. So anyway, enjoy this footage. And once again, this is coming right from the SD card from the Live Gamer Portable's PC free mode. You can see what it looks like. Enjoy the footage.
We're sinners! All of us!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off the street. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away!
Oh my God! Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell did the kid escape?
Garrett's gonna kick our ass!
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm.
It's a cruel, cruel world. Let's go now!
And last but definitely not least, I threw this in as a bonus. I recorded some Call of Juarez gunslinger footage from the PlayStation 3. Yes, I have it for the PlayStation 3 as well. I love that game. And I recorded it using that proprietary component cable the Live Gamer Portable comes with that consolidates the blue, green, and red and audio into one cable so you don't have to worry about that big mess behind your capture card. I love that cable, and the video quality is outstanding. This was recorded to the PC, not the SD card, so take a look at how awesome this video footage looks. It's fantastic.
But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys! Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Is that one of Wyatt's boys?
Oh, AVerMedia Live Gamer Portable. You should be a must-have device, and there is a ton of things that are good about you. Arguably, you're the best, most stable capture card on the market right now, at least in the USB territory. I know there's some PCI Express capture cards that are have even more features than this does, but as a USB capture card, you're awesome in many ways, but you have three huge, major, big shortcomings that I'm going to talk about right now that keep you from greatness. The first one is that I don't like, and this is mostly to do with the PC free recording, by the way, is with the SD card. When you record to the SD card, it's upside down, you cannot use this to actually access the data on your computer. So say you're plugged into USB, you have it switched over to SD, you won't see the SD card and you can't access the files that way. So you always have to take out the card, plug it into an SD card reader, and read your files that way, which doesn't seem like it's a big nuisance, but when I was reviewing this and constantly taking the card in and out, it actually is more annoying than you think. I don't know why they didn't think, hey, when you have this switched over to SD, just have the computer read it as another mass storage device and you could just access it right through the Live Gamer Portable. Fairly big nuisance. It seems like I'm nitpicking, but if you get one of these, you'll see what I'm talking about. The second thing is, with the SD card once again, is it only records in one format. 720p I could deal with. I understand you're trying to put a lot of data onto an SD card and trying to fit a lot of gameplay onto only 32 gigabytes, but it only records in TS format, meaning that I have Sony Vegas Pro 12. When I drag and drop the video files from the SD card into Sony Vegas, guess what? They don't work. It only shows the video, not the audio. So every time I recorded video with using the PC free mode and using the SD card, I had to convert the video every time, which is very time consuming. Why they chose TS format over MP4 is beyond me. MP4 is much more compatible, more video editing software likes it. Hey, if you use a video editing program that has no problem with the files that come out of here, great. What also bothers me too is that with the AVerMedia HD capture card I reviewed a couple of years ago now, they gave you software that if your computer or your video editing software wasn't compatible with the TS format, they included software that you converted for you. So if you don't, now they don't. So if you don't have software to convert video and you want to say your main thing is to actually record to the SD card, you're going to have to buy video conversion software. That sucks. I just want to add though, however, when you record to the PC, you're not doing PC free mode, it gives you either the option for TS or MP4. So don't worry about that. If you're not using this as a portable device, you're just using it as a standard capture card to record to your computer, it gives you either the MP4 or TS option for video format. So don't worry, you'll be safe that way and it'll work. MP4 works with Sony Vegas Pro, all of them, no problem, not just 12. I also have Sony Vegas Pro 10 as well, and it worked no problem with that. So, but if you're going the SD card, only has TS, so keep that in mind. Now, the biggest thing, the biggest Achilles heel, and this is not an issue with the Hauppauge HD PVR2. I also have Smartphone Nation. It's my other channel where I record reviews of iOS games and Android games and things like that. This will not let you record from Android or iOS. When I got this, I'm like, oh sweet, it has the SD card on the side. I can record on the go. It'll save me time. I can record footage anywhere I am. I was so excited about that. I go plug my micro HDMI into the HDMI port on here, and it comes up on the screen saying HDC copy protection enabled. You cannot record from this device. So Tony tried it with iOS, didn't work. I tried it with Android, you could not record. So that if you're looking to use this to record gameplay of your cell phone games or your tablet games, this is useless. The Hauppauge HD PVR has no issue with it. Also the Elgato, Tony from Smartphone Nation also has an Elgato. The Elgato has no problem recording from either iOS or Android. This one, useless. If you're thinking of buying this because it's portable and you want to use the SD card to record games on the road from your cell phone or your tablet, this is completely useless for that. So my final verdict, do I think the Live Gamer Portable is a very good capture card? Yes, I do. If you don't own a capture card right now, this may be and you're looking just to use it as a standard capture card to record from consoles or PC, works beautifully. It has even though the software is kind of clunky, it's still very stable. You hit this button once, you're recording video right away. But if you're looking to use it for the SD card, the PC free mode, it's more of a gimmick due to its limitations than it is something functional that really makes this, it gives this a cut above the other competition. If they make a revision of the Live Gamer Portable and fix the 3 issues I mentioned previously, this card will be a beast. Until then, it's just another very good capture card that doesn't have anything special over its competition. Anyway, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one.